Startup TV News. NASSCOM releases responsible AI guidelines for generative AI, focusing on ethical adoption and harm mitigation. NASSCOM, an Indian trade association representing the IT and business process management industry, published the Responsible AI Guidelines for Generative AI in June 2023. This document outlines the ethical obligation for researchers, developers, and users of generative AI models and applications, aiming to encourage responsible adoption and mitigate potential harms. The guidelines were developed through consultation with a diverse group of AI experts, researchers, and practitioners from industry, academia, and civil society. Recognizing the rapidly evolving nature of generative AI, NASSCOM plans to release future editions and updates and revisions to meet stakeholders' needs. The preamble acknowledges both the positive potential and concerns associated with generative AI. While it can enhance productivity, economic growth, and humanitarian efforts, the lack of standardized norms and protocols for responsible research and use increases the risk of deploying generative AI without appropriate safeguards. The guidelines primarily focuses on research, development, and use of generative AI technologies. They define generative AI as technology capable of creating diverse forms of content like text, images, audio, video, and multimodal content. The document identifies various harms linked to generative AI, including misinformation, intellectual property infringement, privacy risk, and biased outputs. The guidelines seek to address these concerns. Different obligations are outlined based on stakeholders' roles. Section 3 covers researchers, emphasizing caution, transparency, reliability, inclusion, and support for human progress. Section 4 addresses developers, highlighting caution, transparency, reliability, accountability, and support for human progress in developing and deploying generative AI solutions. The guidelines stress compliance and the collaborative effort of all stakeholders in co-developing and adopting actionable guidance, tools, and best practices for safe and responsible generative AI use. The document references studies, reports, and submissions related to generative AI economic impact, ethical considerations, misinformation, intellectual property issues, and the need for regulatory reforms. These guidelines for generative AI aim to promote responsible adoption, mitigate potential harms, and foster collaboration among stakeholders through the establishment of common standards and protocols. For more such startup news, views, discussions, and debates, subscribe to My Startup TV. Thank you.